Well, welcome to the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. I'm President Farnsworth, and we're so delighted to welcome back our returning students as well as new students, visitors that may come for whatever reason. This is not business as usual. You know that, and we know that. But we're going to go forward through aggressive social distancing, wearing face masks, doing the other things we know we need to do.
Hello and welcome to ICOM. I'm Dr. Moore, the Dean of the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. We're thrilled to have you on board to whatever our new normal looks like. Clearly things have changed a little bit since our students who are going to return have been here, and our new students, well, we welcome you to a campus that's very much changed from where we were just a few months ago because of the COVID-19 pandemic. There's never been a time that it's more important to continue your medical education. We need the next generation of healthcare heroes, and now is the time to be training. There's a risk to it. There's a risk to just about anything that you do, and there's a risk to training in medicine in this day and age. But it's so important, and we're so glad that you're coming on board to continue your education, to be the ones to help with the next pandemic, to be the ones to help to care for the patients of the future. But what are we going to do right now? What is your training going to look like? It is going to look different, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get good quality education during your time here at the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. Several of my colleagues will be telling you a little bit more about the specifics of how we're going to deal with the pandemic and how we're going to utilize our facilities over the course of the coming weeks and months. Please pay close attention to them as to how we can best keep everybody safe.
When coming to campus, you'll be required to wear a face mask. Everybody that comes into ICOM campus is required. That will mean faculty, staff, and students as well will all be required to wear a face mask. After you put your face mask on, you'll come over to a temperature kiosk and you will take your temperature. It is required that everybody take their temperature as well. So when you're taking your temperature, you simply walk up. You don't need to touch anything. It's all hands-free. Walk up and put your face in the outline of there's a face outline in here, and it will let you know if you've passed. Again, if you do not have a face mask on, the temperature kiosk will also tell you that you need to put a face mask on.
Clearly, there are some changes. We have to follow the federal, state, and local guidelines to make sure that you're safe and that our faculty and staff are safe as you progress through your education.
I'm Dr. Dennis Rao. I'm the Assistant Dean of Osteopathic Integration here at ICOM. So the first thing that we're going to do is to move about half of these small pods out into other areas of the institution, like the atrium, so that we don't have more than 50 students and faculty in this room at any one time. The other thing that we'll be doing is, of course, all students and faculty will have personal protective equipment, so we'll all have masks on. We'll be doing diligent hand washing. We'll also be diligently sanitizing the tables between every use. And we have, of course, hand sanitizer all around the room. And the other thing that we'll be doing is we have a tradition of switching table trainers a lot in the past. We will not be doing that as much this year. We'll be keeping a certain table trainer with the same pod all semester long, just to reduce the risk of exposure.
So throughout the building, we have hand sanitizers. We have wall mount hand sanitizers. We have them on the tables dispersed throughout the building, and we highly encourage everybody to use hand sanitizers often.
My name is Casey Myers. I'm the Director of Simulation at ICOM. We will assure that students will continue to get quality education throughout our enhanced safety measures. Their experience in the OSCE area should be very similar, with the exception of wearing masks and increased cleansing procedures. In the procedure lab areas, students will likely be in smaller groups, which may enhance their educational experience. In mannequin-based sim, if we're able to continue, students would have still groups of 5 students per simulation. If we are not able to accommodate this with our safety measures, we have options of doing more of a telehealth simulation with the faculty facilitating this from a distance.
That may very well look like more distance education, more online education as we go through. But you can't learn to be a doctor just through online lectures. There has to be times that we need to have you here doing hands-on training. That's so important for a physician. So we are doing everything we can to keep our campus open and safe so that you can come in and train.
I'm Dr. Todd Coffey, the Chair of Research at the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. Here in the research lab, it's one of the safest places that we have on campus because of the personal protective equipment, the additional training, and the lab attire that you'll be required to use. However, we want to make the lab an even safer place for you. When you enter the lab, you will be required to put on an additional mask, one that's different from the mask that you wear in the rest of campus or even outside of the building. You will also be asked to work by yourself at the hood and the bench using social distancing.
We have contingency plans for everything. Whether our building is completely open and we can fill these lecture halls, or whether we have to be at very small groups working remotely and spreading out as much as we possibly can. We're finding ways to do this regardless of what the future holds. Because regardless of what I tell you right now, it's probably going to change tomorrow. And what we all have to do is be flexible. So we're going to continue to be as diligent as we can and keep our ear to the ground when it comes to what we need to keep you safe. And we're going to have our outstanding group of faculty and staff delivering your curriculum to you in the way that makes the most sense for that week, for that day, for that month. But your quality education will continue while you're here. And we're looking so forward to having you back on campus when you can be. And if you're learning remotely, you'll still be learning with us, and we'll be walking through with you every step of the way.
But we're moving forward, and we're so pleased to welcome you again to the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine.